That's Jeff. That's Brandon. I'm Derek. I had forgotten how fucking dark this movie really is. We watched Bamboozled. It came out in 2000. It's still relevant now. Brandon's never seen it before. So, Brandon, you're already shaking your head. Thoughts?
First of all, y'all lied to me. It absolutely was a comedy. Like 100% was a comedy.
It's a dark comedy.
Comedies can be about serious subjects. This was a fucking comedy. And to be quite honest, I turned it on. So I went upstairs to work out, and I was doing a Peloton workout. So I was going to do the Peloton workout while I watched the movie on the bike. And it's like in our upstairs, it's like a theater room. So it has like a big sound system. So I turned on the movie, and my wife goes, "Are you watching Bamboozled? That's one of my favorite movies." And then that's when I knew I already know what this is going to be. I already know. And so I got to be honest with you. I thought it was funny for most of the movie, but I also thought it was, I don't like movies that are not clever when you're trying to talk about a important subject. I like it to be less over the top, and this was like satirical, but satirical without, to me it was satirical without any touch. It was just bam in your face.
Yeah, it was straightforward. No
Yeah,
beating
but it
around
was
the bush.
yeah, but it was straightforward over the top. It was straightforward. It wasn't straightforward. Straightforward would be like, I'm gonna talk to you about this like it's real life. This was over the top.
No, Brandon.
And the last act was terrible.
I never get a chance to do this to you, Brandon, but I'm going to do it to you now. This wasn't over the top. This was Spike Lee.
Yeah.
This just Spike Lee. And it's Spike Lee doing a fucking satire. So,
well, yeah, that's true.
Spike Lee, let's do some math here, ladies and gentlemen.
Unfortunately, you're right.
Let's do some math here, ladies and gentlemen. And in doing this math, I realize I'm going to contradict myself from previous episodes that Brandon and I have done together. But let's do some math. Spike Lee plus Damon Wayans plus Jada Pinkett Smith plus Michael Rappaport minus nuance.
Yeah, there was no nuance.
Equals Bamboozled.
Yeah, there was no nuance.
They literally referenced Homeboys in Outer Space. They referenced the UPN shows that he hates. Like, he said names. This is his version of calling out names, the movie.
And it was a bit of a lack of self-awareness when I watched this movie with Spike Lee. It's like, have you seen your own movies? Like, that's what I was watching. Like, have you seen your movies, dog? Like, what are we talking about? I get what he was trying to say, but I thought it was just, I enjoyed the movie because I thought it was funny. Like, for the first, and it was also way too long, but for like the first hour and a half, I thought it was the funny, entertaining movie. I thought the last act was utterly ridiculous. And
I personally watch this movie every couple of years. And first of all, when I watched it this day before yesterday, I realized something very, very stark, which is that this movie's only available on SD in standard definition when I watched it.
You noticed that too.
And this looked like a lesser than movie, for lack of a better term. It wasn't clear to me in a lot of parts. It was blurry in a lot of parts. And it actually fit the motif of the movie because there were themes in this movie that were blurry to me. For example, wasn't Sloan down with the idea?
Yes. From the initial beginning, she was cool with everything.
Yeah,
and
but
then they sat down and started talking about what they were going to do at the table. And then she was like, this ain't cool. Second question. We're going to get back to everything, Brandon. I promise you, because I have thoughts about this movie. The second thing is, wasn't that nigga just really trying to get fired? And then when he became popular, he turned into a true self?
He started getting awards and this, that.
I don't think he was trying to get fired. I think he was trying to prove a point.
Initially, I think in the beginning, that was his goal.
He said, I can't quit because I have a contract. I have to get fired. So I'm going to write the most coontastic thing I've ever seen.
The wildest shit ever. And then I'll get fired. Then I'm good. I'm out of here. But he didn't think it would take and stick.
You know what's funny about this movie? I never thought I'd say this because, like I said, I love Bamboozled. And you're right, Brandon. That third, it could have been an hour and 20-minute movie.
Absolutely. It did not need to be 2 hours and 15 minutes.
But the third thing that I thought about while I was watching this was this movie came out in 2000. Since 2000, this theme has been done better because Jeffrey Wright did American Fiction.
Much better.
That's what it was called. And done way better than this movie was done, with a lot more nuance, with a lot more conversation, and with the same thing. Michael Rappaport was so over the top in this movie.
He was having hilarious. Too much fun.
He was having a blast.
I felt like he was having a lot of fun being that character. Now, I don't know him personally, but whatever. I don't know. It was just rubbing me the wrong way.
Quentin Tarantino's right. Nigger's just a word. Like, I have biracial. He checked every single box down the line.
Yeah, it was too much.
See, while Brandon said it's a comedy, he enjoyed it. Every time I watch this film, I'm always a little
depressed.
Not depressed, but just like, damn. When you see some of the shit that be on TV, sometimes you just be like, this shit was a little bit ahead of its time. It was telling you what was up.
Oh, yeah.
From 2000 on, past the movie, you just see, like VH1 alone, shit that they were coming up with, especially for, us black people and shit that was on TV and stuff, whatever. I know people, you got enjoyment out of it, and that's cool if you did. I'm not going to, thump a Bible at you, you should do this or you shouldn't do that. But I can get... You know what I mean? Like, shit look crazy, bro. And it seemed like after the movie, TV only doubled down on some of the stereotypes and some of the shit that was coming out there. But hey, it was some funny parts in the movie. And one question I got. So Damon Wayans' character,
Peerless?
Yeah.
Peerless Dauphin?
So
AKA Pierre Delacroix?
Delacroix's accent was just made up, right?
It's made up like a motherfucker. His daddy said, why are you talking like that?
And it never got answered.
And even when that nigga who was he talking to? He wasn't talking to his dad. He wasn't talking to Sloan. He wasn't talking to his mom. He was talking to some random person. Oh, the dude on the radio when he was defending the show. Mm-hmm. The shit that Damon Wayans chose to do with his hands to show that he was educated.
Just holding his hand.
I feel that we need to be this type of person. Feed the idiot box. Like, this is so over the top that it went over the top, climbed through the bottom, and came back out the top again, my nigga. Like,
yeah, but I also don't understand what it's making fun of.
Remember,
like, I was Brandon, no. I know what it was supposed to be making fun of. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in reality, it seems like it's making fun of educated black people, non-educated black people, regular ass black people, white people who have friends with black people, white people who are racist towards black people. It like everything was a caricature show on the show. Am I supposed to think if I'm an educated nigga, I'm going to act like Pierre?
Well, you know what? I think Damon's character was basically the one who's what is it? I got the word in my mouth. I got it around the tip of my tongue. But basically, he can switch codes quick. Like I can be here in this white world and act accordingly. Because remember when he first came to work and he was late, he was speaking to everybody, like white people. Hi, good morning.
But he was a respectability politics motherfucker. Like that
Yeah,
was
he
his whole
was.
get down. That was his whole get down, which is, a criticism of Spike Lee in his movies in the past. And so I was watching this, and that's why I thought it was a comedy, because I'm like, oh, he's just making fun of everyone. Like this is just a joke. He's just making fun of everyone.
I felt that he was making fun of the powers that be who created UPN. But then I also felt like he was
Looking down on black people.
looking down on black folks for supporting it, because at the end of the movie, the black folks that were at that screening were in blackface.
Yeah, having a
They
good old
weren't
time.
mad. Like they were having a blast. And it feels like I feel like at the very beginning of the movie, Spike Lee nailed it when he said over the top of the TV, it said, "Feed the idiot box." He just felt like anyone who watched TV were idiots. That's what I thought he was saying. Any of y'all niggas who watch this shit on TV and fall in love with it, this is for you.
Yeah, because he's one of those people.
Yeah, he has no nuance.
Yeah, he has no nuance. Exactly. That's what I gathered from watching this movie. I was like, okay. Like I was watching this, I was like, oh, I because the first part of the movie, I was like, oh, I like where this is going. This is going to be like a really tearing. I was like, I'm thinking it's going to be like American Fiction. Like this is going to be a really like direct shot at the industry. But then the more I watched it, I was like, oh, that's not what this is. This is just Spike is just mad because niggas watching other shit that he thinks is below his shit, and and he don't think it's as good as his shit.
Spike probably was more. This is more Spike with no chains. I can do what I want. I can say what I want. I can get all my thoughts out here, and then like he threw it all at this movie.
Exactly.
Anything that was bothering him at that time, he threw at this movie.
So, Fear of a Black Hat, where that nigga was doing the New Jack City spoof and had that director who was supposed to be Spike Lee. And that nigga said, "I'm coming after all y'all. Y'all know what y'all did." That's Spike Lee in this movie. Y'all know what y'all did, because Tommy Hilfiger caught it. Malt Liquor caught it.
But the Tommy Hilfiger thing is supposedly completely made up.
You guys need to stop. It's Timmy Hill, nigga. Y'all need to stop saying Tommy Hill.
Timmy.
That shit is complete. From what I understand, that whole entire quote and everything was completely made up out of nothing. Which was hilarious.
So, to me, the MVP of the film is Damon Wayans, but right behind him is fucking Yasin Bey, aka Mos Def, and the Mau Maus.
Got it, Mau Maus.
The Mau
Maus. I was laughing at them. They were funny.
Oh my God. Them niggas were amazing. Like they're all rappers. This is the first time I've seen a collective of rappers and the dude from Oz, Poet, be able to do a great job acting side by side.
They weren't really acting. They were just being
mad.
Rappers. Yeah. They're just being rappers.
Mos Def is an actor. He was acting.
He's an actor, yes. The rest of them was just being rappers. It was like a music video.
You know who I really enjoyed this time watching the film this time? I really enjoyed Tommy Davidson.
Yeah, me too.
Really did.
Like he was he played his role to a T.
Mm-hmm. Like he was so. At first, it was just like, "Yo, we need money," but then when you hear the idea, you're like, "Whoa, wait a minute."
He never strayed from the fact that, wait, what?
Yeah, like it was, even when he was putting on the makeup, you could see it was bothering him. Like, this ain't right.
I got a question for y'all because I didn't understand this. So, because you said, I think you said that like wasn't slowing down with the idea, but the original idea was we're going to do this show to make fun of all the stereotypes. Like, we're gonna shine a light on the stereotypes in a satirical manner outside. Like, they think we're doing this coon show, but what we're actually gonna do is make fun of a coon show. But they never did that show. They never did the show that made fun of the coon show. They just did the coon show.
But they showed that. He wrote a script. He said, I'm hiring all these white people. These white people in this writer's room have no idea that I'm the one who's doing all the writing for this fucking show.
Yeah.
But he had no idea that there was a white person above him.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's from like Sweden or whatever, who was writing the shit over what he was writing. So when it all came out with the I Wish I Was in Dixie intro and all that, which, by the way, was a play on the PJs. That whole big head, big lip intro was a hit on the PJs. When he saw that, when Sloan and them saw that, they were like, we didn't approve any of this. We didn't approve any of this. And he walked in on Rappaport and the other white guy and was like, this script is completely different from what I wrote.
I mean, like, oh, don't worry about it. We just punched it up.
We punched it up a little bit, and all of a sudden it was just straight coonery.
I think I missed that part.
So I think what happened, like the way that I've quantified it in my head, is when somebody who already is working for the white man makes a show that is going to intrigue white people and enrage black people, and then puts it in the hands of the white man again, they're only going to make it worse. Because before he did that show, remember, his ideas, one of them was Brown Nose Jones. Another one was a black headmaster in an all-white school. Another one was a black kid who got adopted by white parents.
No, by like Polynesian. A Polynesian family.
He made sure to say that too. But
basically, all those shows were been. Michael Rappaport said they've been shit. They've
been shit.
They probably was shit.
But they probably were shit, and they didn't appeal to him. But you know what appealed to him? Latent, right under the layer, racism. Like Michael Rappaport had everybody you could want on his wall. Jordan, Ali, Michael Jackson, like. Everybody.
This motherfucker didn't even know who Willie Mays was.
Like $1,000.
Like what was Spike Lee trying to say? If I go to college, I don't know who the fuck Willie Mays is.
No, I don't think it's that. You just had those people who don't know sports. That's what I was looking at. Like some people.
No, he didn't know. He was saying he don't know black people. He literally said, "I'm blacker than you are."
Yeah, which was.
But really... I mean, at the same time, I don't think Spike Lee is talking to you, Brandon. If you were to change your name from Brandon to like Briere or Raphael or something like that, and then change your last name to Elenoir, then yeah, fuck you, dude. Like we saw his parents. His mom was literally on the phone with him crying like the mom from Black Dynamite. Did you talk to your dad? You're a disappointment. I'm disappointed in you. And his dad is motherfucking. His dad is a fucking. What is that comedian's name?
Paul Mooney.
His dad is fucking Paul Mooney. And he's doing Paul Mooney jokes. So we're not going to think that he's somebody other than fucking Paul Mooney. This dude lived this life his entire life. He said he wanted to get into writing because of his father. Everything he did was to turn his back on where he came from. So
yeah, but I mean, if you get on social media in the last 10 years, all you'll see is like think pieces that are just like this fucking movie. Like,
but in the last 10 years,
no, but I'm saying there are times, many times throughout history of entertainment where it is making fun of black people, right? But there's also this thing where people like to pretend that there aren't people who enjoy this stuff, not because it's making fun of black people, because that's what they into. Like, I know people, I used to say this myself like 15 years ago. But like I used to look down on the Tyler Perry movies, and I still think they're bad movies. But I understand. I mean, I don't think they're good movies. I would never defend them as a good movie ever. But
I get the audience that
people like it.
Them.
They like it. I don't look down on those people. I don't look down on those people. And I'll see a depiction of someone in a movie, and I'll see people say, "Oh, that's so fucked up. Why did they make them look like that?" And I'll be like, "It's people like that in real life." Like I understand like the sensitivity that we want everyone to be like fit in a certain box, or like you got to portray someone in a certain way. But I'm like, there's people who exist like that. If somebody wants to tell a story with that group of people, they can tell that story. I'll judge it as being racist if it's good or not. If it's written well and well-told story, then it's a well-told story. But like if you see like Baps, right? Like we talked about Baps, right? When we talked about Baps, I was like, there's people in the South who dress and talk like that. And the movie was portraying it as you think this thing about this person, but that's not actually who they are. You're judging them on their cover and not of who they are, which is telling me that like, hey, these people exist in the world, don't look down on them. And so I found this movie to be interesting because I thought that Spike was telling me, no, look down on those people. If you like Kenan and Kel, you are part of the problem. If you like In the House, you are part of the problem. If you like Martin, you part of the problem. And I thought that was kind of fucked up.
But at the same time, he named Kenan and Kel. He did. But I just want to
what was wrong with Kenan and Kel?
I mean,
nothing at all.
Kids. That was a teenager show.
I think he needed a third or a close off statement. But I just want to remind people, Homeboys in Outer Space was about Morris and Ty, who fly the winged starship Space Hoopty with sassy computer LaQuasia. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with Kenan and Kel. I loved Kenan and Kel, but I grew up in a time where Kenan and Kel was there. Spike Lee was old when Kenan and Kel came out, or not old, but he was older than us. So we was probably looking at that like, man, that whole orange soda thing is just bad. I don't fucking know what his mindset was for that, but I know what his mindset was for Homeboys in Outer Space, because I remember seeing that and The Secret Diary of Desmond Pfeiffer, which he also referenced. He referenced shows straight from UPN.
What's the other show?
And Kenan and Kel. The Secret Diary of Desmond Pfeiffer?
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I can't remember that show for whatever reason.
Man, that was when that nigga was a slave.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because wasn't it like he was a slave, but then he kind of like...
It was a comedy.
It was a comedy. But somebody was in it. Dude from Fresh Prince, right?
Nah, Chai McBride. So the dude from
there you go.
What? Undercover Brother.
I know. Yeah, I got you.
And yeah, he was in it. But yeah, he was supposed to be Abraham Lincoln's butler.
There you go.
Butler. Yeah, no, there's a reason why they talk shit about these shows, and they all came from the same network. And I just want to say again that Little Brother, Fonte and Big Pooh, their album was called The Minstrel Show. And it was pretty much the cover, the casing, the skits was based on this movie. Like they called it the UBN, the U Black Nigga Network. This movie had no nuance, but yet some of the folks who were in it chose to find nuance. Like you said, Tommy Davidson, watching him have to put together the blackface, using the corks and everything. The first time he was excited because he's about to get paid. Showtime. The second time, he was in tears.
He was like, man, I can't believe I'm doing this shit.
I can't. It only took 2 episodes.
2.
But I mean, when you're going out there and you're literally debasing yourself in a watermelon patch with the Roots, for what it's worth, I recognize Questlove's afro immediately. But, you know, when you're in a situation where you're getting paid, but at the same time, what you're getting paid for is so anti to what you believe in, you could just see it eating him alive. And I love that. On the other hand, Man Ray,
And Chan.
Man said, I'm getting paid.
I'm getting paid. I got shoes. I got a house. I don't have to sleep in a squatter's hovel anymore. He was more than willing to sell out. And the only reason why he stopped being willing to sell out is because he found out that before they even met, Sloan slept with fucking Peerless.
That was just Spike Lee being like, okay, how many more tropes can I throw into this movie?
And another thing, this is him fumbling, dealing with women again. But I'm gonna just shut up because
oh no, you're absolutely right.
A laundry list of movies where that happens with him. He does not handle women well. Talented man, would never judge him. He's a great director. You know, I'm not gonna do that, but just when he handle women, it's a little. Oof. Did you talk to anybody? Talk to your sister? Like, did you talk to any other woman?
Yeah, but on this, well, here's the thing. I agree with you, Jeff. But I think he wrote Sloan's character like on purpose that way. Like the entire movie was like a no nuance stereotype. I think the whole point of writing that character was she is the person that knows something wrong but don't say shit, right? Like that's the first characteristic of her. It's like all the people who are like, there's one thing where it's like someone willing to go along with it. There's another thing where someone's like is oblivious to it, and then there's a third thing, which a lot of people despise the most, is like it's wrong, but you still gonna go along with it. So he wrote her as that character, and then he wrote it as and then also like they make the black women have to, like, women in general, but particularly black women, they make in the industry, you know, they're gonna make you, if you don't fuck around, they're not gonna let you get nowhere. And so he didn't write it. He wrote it as like, you know, they weren't gonna let her do it if she didn't do it. She didn't do that.
But my two problems with her is the first one is basically initially, like you said, when they got in the boardroom talking about the show, she was like, "Oh no, this is wrong." Right? She was openly said it. But then, maybe the next scene with anybody else, are you down with me? Yes, you know I'm down with you. You know I got your back. But you just said in the boardroom this show was wrong.
I think,
Jeff, because in the boardroom when he was pitching it as the racist show for Michael Rappaport to get off on. But afterwards, he was saying that, like, no, we're gonna take down these stereotypes with the show.
And I also, this is me putting more in this than what is actually there, most likely. I think that what happened in the boardroom versus what happened in the conversation they had before they went to the boardroom and after they went to the boardroom. Because remember, they had the talk when they were standing out there on that mezzanine area. And then they had the boardroom and then they talked again. I feel like the talk that they had out on the mezzanine area was our conversation. Like that was for black folks. Like when we're talking, it's like, yo, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna do this, and this. Are you with me? And she's like, yeah, I'm down with that. Okay, whatever. We gonna show them something. And that motherfucker went in there and was like, you know what's even better than a plantation? A fucking watermelon patch. She was like, what the fuck?
Whoa, like you doing too much.
We didn't talk about this shit. Like, look, I right now, me personally, I'm petting my puppy. I'm petting my dog right now while I'm talking. And she has her head just jumping all over the place, looking for my hand so I can continue to pet her. That's how Pierre was with Michael Rappaport. He couldn't help himself. He wanted to be chosen and respected and applauded for something so badly because he had put out so much shit that when Michael Rappaport was like, when Dunwitty was like, I'm feeling this, everything that Pierre stood for went right out the window at that point.
Yeah.
And then after the conversation with Dunwoody, he tried to say to the audience, little did they know I'd still be in charge of this. But no, you're not. You put something that should have been for us, something that shouldn't have been there at all. But when you decide to do it, if you had put it in the hands of Black people, maybe there could have been some sort of nuance in it, but it got put into the hands of an all-white writer's room with a white producer and a white owner. All you did was gave the idea, hey, what if we shit on Black people for 45 minutes every other day, it seemed like.
And what we realized was he was the biggest coon of them all.
Exactly. That whole last third of the movie where the fucking nigger bank started coming alive and jumping at him and all that kind of stuff. And all the Spike Lee tropes that just started popping up. That was bad. The very last scene before the Mau Mau shot Man Ray was also bad because I have questions about that. Man Ray came out. He was mad because, again, Sloan fucked Delacroix. So he decided to quit. I'm going to come out here and I ain't going to put on myself. I'm going to dance. And they threw him out. They fired him.
Well, no, he quit because
security threw him out. Security threw him out the door.
No, I know, but I'm saying you are skipping a step. He found out that Sloan had sex with Delacroix, but then she calmed that shit. She was like, listen, I made how I was. I fucked him. So what? Let's get back to you. Look what the fuck you're doing. And then she took out that toy and it started tap dancing and it made him think about himself. So I don't think he got upset. I don't think he went back to them and did what he did because she fucked Delacroix. I think she finally got through to him what he's
by
doing.
showing him either tap dancing coon.
Also, she said it was before I started working for him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that nigga calling her lamb was creepy as a motherfucker anyway, but still, that's between me and the things I'm dealing with, I guess. But yeah, he goes out there. I don't know how the Mau Mau's knew to pull up at that exact moment. I also don't know how all them niggas fit into that fucking expedition. Like, there was like 12 Mau Maus. I don't know why they took him back there to film a murder live, the dance of death. But more than that,
I can explain.
I don't know. I don't know how the fucking cops found them so quickly.
It's supposed what Spike Lee was trying to say is America loves to watch a Black man get killed. So like, they're gonna, because here's the thing.
Like the lynchings of the 18 and early 1900s.
I get all of the bad shit that happens in the world. Let me tell you what the news would not do. Live stream a gang who kidnapped a TV star and then make the guy tap dance and then shoot him on live TV. That would not happen. But what he was saying is like, because it was so over the top, but he was basically saying like, and by the way, how the fuck did this gang in 2000 get cameras feeds to the news to stream this? This ain't the internet. They weren't like just on their iPhone and like, I'm gonna live stream this on Instagram Live.
Oh no, they said they put it on the internet. But I don't know how they got a fucking movie camera to then link up to the internet to then be picked up by, because everything back then was that when did YouTube come out?
No, this is way before YouTube.
So how?
This is way before YouTube.
How the fuck did they upload it?
Well, they had streaming. How
did they do a live stream?
But it was
in
like
2000?
Yeah, they had online streaming in the late 90s because wrestling used to have some streaming stuff.
Oh yeah, UFC
and Bite This and things like this. But
yeah,
it was way different, and not no regular niggas was about to be able to do it in that type of clarity or live real time
with the countdown and everything. Like these niggas, like you are not doing that on fucking GeoCities in 2000.
They might have had a tech geek in the group. We don't
1/16 Black.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, so Brandon, I want to ask you this question. Who had the best audition song, and why was it "I Be Slapping My Hoes"?
Was that supposed to be making fun of like the Apollo? That's how I took
No,
it.
they were gonna be the band. Like he was bringing people together for the band, and that dude got up there and was like, I be slapping my hoes. I be slapping my hoes.
I like that song.
Everyone knows it goes. Pick 'em up, slapping down, pick 'em up.
You know who he was supposed to be, right, Rashani?
PM Dawn?
No, Nate Dogg.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that.
No, he's supposed to be Nate Dogg.
I can see that too. And you know, the like for all the Bamboozled soundtrack was done by Stevie Wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Like a big part of it was done by Stevie. And Stevie didn't like rap at this juncture. So that song that he had at the beginning is called Miseducated People. It's available on Spotify. It's one of my favorite songs. But he talks about how rap crap led to where we are now in 2000 when this movie came out. So when you put Stevie Wonder and Spike Lee together to put together a song or a movie and a soundtrack, magic like that happens. I personally feel like this was one of the most underappreciated movies of its time. However, I'm also well aware that I can see why people wouldn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
That last scene was tough to watch, even for me when I first saw it. But past that, I mean, this movie was on the list of the 50 best movies you've never seen by Entertainment Weekly in 2012. And it's part of the Criterion Collection. So it has... It's there. I mean, it might be, but it made it. But it's like, I respect this movie for what it is, but also for what it brought to my eyes when I was 20 years old. Because when I was 20, the stuff they were showing here was eye-opening. Is the best way for me to put it.
Very jarring.
Yes.
Especially not having, I guess, like.
Oh, y'all never seen Amos and Andy before this?
No.
Oh, I had seen all that shit.
My parents didn't have me going looking for fucking minstrel show type shows.
They used to come on TV Land.
And there's a reason why I stayed away from TV Land, probably. But I honestly was under the assumption that Amos and Andy was out in like the 30s.
Well, it was a radio show first, and then it became a TV show.
Yeah, nope, not my.
But I had seen all the old Looney Tunes stuff and things like that. Like none of that. Like when I was, I seen that when I was in the 90s. Like when I was a kid.
The Looney Tune cartoons.
I'm talking about all the old clips and stuff. Like I've seen most of that stuff when I was a kid because I just, whether it's like old videos or like my grandmother talking about it, I just been aware of all that.
When you see it, when you see it after you see this type of a movie, and how they conditioned people to be okay with this from a very young age. It, like Jeff said, it hits different.
Yeah, but here's the thing. People weren't okay with it at the time. It was just...
Right, the people that weren't okay with it at the time, voices were muted. Now your voice can get out a little bit louder now. So it was just like, oh, nobody hearing y'all complain. Nobody care. We're going to still run this back.
In 2023, this movie was selected for preservation in the National Film Registry by the Library of Congress, deeming it culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant.
I get it. I definitely get it.
That's a bit strong.
I definitely get it. And I think that for 2000, it what he felt he put out there, right? But I think in 2026, I'm sure some things he was change.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost positive some things that he would, just like, yeah, maybe I wouldn't have did it that way. Maybe I would have did this, whatever that is. And I'm sure that's any director with films and stuff. They look back like, well, maybe I shouldn't have did this. I shouldn't have did that. But I'm sure he stands by, still that was his work that he put out at that time.
Very much so.
I just don't find it to be particularly like good.
Deep.
Yeah, I don't find it to be deep or good. I just find it to be a topic that's relevant at all times in our history. But I don't particularly think that the writing or anything about the movie was particularly like.
Well, that's the thing.
I feel like anyone could have wrote this. Like, this is a movie.
Right.
I don't like anyone. If anyone was like, you know what? I want to talk about how the industry looks down on black people. I feel like anyone could have wrote this movie.
But you know what the problem what you're saying is? What you're saying now works. Like, anybody could have made this movie like in 2026. But in 2000, the only director probably brave enough and had the balls enough to put it out there was
Spike. Mm-hmm. And I fully agree that, yes, anybody could have, but that goes right back to the idea of anybody, somebody, everybody, and nobody. That was a job that anybody could have done, but nobody did it because somebody thought that someone else would have done it. So it's one of those things where... Yeah,
but I mean, they did movies like this. What Hollywood Shuffle was this? Just more funny? It's the same movie.
I don't think so, but I ain't gonna say you're wrong. I'm not gonna say you're wrong.
I'm not gonna say this was Hollywood Shuffle was what you had to do to get into the movie roles in the 80s as a black person. This was
what are my people intaking when they're watching TV? What are y'all really feeding yourselves?
Because not only, like I said, not only are they watching a show that's literally called a minstrel show. It is literally called a minstrel show, but it's sponsored by malt liquor and Timmy Hill nigger. You're right. I gotta stop saying Tommy Hilfiger. With my peeps from the Ghetto, it felt like.
Yeah, but y'all are saying that like it's a good. I just find that to be anti-black. Like I find a lot of this movie to be anti-black while trying to make a pro-black message because he's basically separating black people, and he's basically. I don't think
it was a pro-black message.
I don't think it was at all.
I think he's literally saying, "Do y'all fucking care what you watch? Do you care what shows up on?" Like I keep saying, the idiot box. Only idiots partake of the idiot box. And all the things that were said in this movie, the one thing that was emphasized more than anything else was the word idiot. Feed the idiot box. My aunt's sister didn't believe in in the moon landing. She told me that they could put anything on the idiot box.
But see, the only pushback I got to that is that then Spike goes away from it. Like I said, he was just throwing shit out there. So he somewhat goes away from that and wants to say something else.
Yes.
He's trying to say a lot, but not really honing in on that one thing, I don't think.
He said a lot, all right. He said a lot. I don't know. I mean, I
felt like he was saying
it's definitely a polarized. It's kind of polarizing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Watch the movie because I've heard different people talk about it. So
I felt like I said, I wanted to watch this because of that roast of Kevin Hart. Roast of a black man that was written by an all-white cast. That's what made me think about it. But there's other things that made me think about it as well. And this movie is on it's on the list for Hindsight. Regardless, it was going to get discussed at some juncture. This was just the best time to do it.
But this is the part I didn't understand. This is the part I didn't understand. Will the TV industry put out offensive shit because they have a bad view of Black culture and Black people? Yes. But if you look back at history, the really offensive shit, like Homeboys of Outer Space was not popular. It didn't get 5 seasons. It wasn't like this great show. Like
you're right.
These people don't he's looking down on the people, but the people don't watch that shit. Like,
did he even get a full first season? I don't even think he got a full full episodes. Season.
What made me upset is like it's like he was saying like, you guys like Martin. Oh, I'm looking down on you. You like Martin? Or you like the successful shows?
Okay, so Brandon, here's the way I'm gonna put it. You're absolutely right. The best way for me to describe this shit and how you're feeling, or at least how I would take how you're feeling, is Spike Lee literally embodied the old man shaking the fist at the cloud meme. He's mad about shit, and while he's writing about this, why not fit this in too? This is why I'm hot. This is what upsets me now. Like, nobody's watching my movies around this time. What? I want to see what his filmography looked like at this juncture.
But like, did Spike Lee watch his movies? That's when I was watching. It's like, has he seen any of his movies? Like any of them, which are excellent movies. But his movies do exactly what he was making fun of in this movie.
But does it, or does he just write what he saw, from where he's from?
Yeah, but he doesn't give that grace to anyone else. Is what he's saying in this movie. If anyone else writes what they see, it's a minstrel show.
I guess he's saying, I ain't do Homeboys in Outer Space. I guess that's what he's saying. Like, I didn't do that. So maybe he is, looking down on, like, what the fuck y'all doing? Like,
yeah, but he's presenting it as Homeboys in Outer Space, and those shows are like things that the audience soups up and just eats up, which they do not.
They don't.
Maybe, okay, Homeboys in Outer Space might just got astray.
No, that's what I'm saying. He was aiming directly at UPN.
UPN fine, but Homeboys Out of Space caught astray.
Yeah, but there's other shows on UPN that's not offensive.
But the other shows that he got on wasn't Desmond, the Secret Diary, wasn't that on UPN?
Yeah, that was on UPN.
Yeah, that was on UPN.
So that's what I'm saying. He's aiming at them. If anyone else got shot, so be it. But CBN and UPN are literally the same fucking thing as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to look at is the Hughleys a minstrel show? Is Moesha a minstrel show? What is he saying? Like, those were the successful shows on the network.
Moesha was just a bad show about a bad father, but
a horrible father. We're not going to get into that.
That's neither here nor there.
But like I said at the beginning, Spike Lee plus Jada Smith plus Damon Wayans minus nuance equals this. That nigga literally came out like the nigga from Fear of a Black Hat. This Uzi, you just spray the area.
I mean, did he watch Jungle Fever? I mean, he made the movie. Did he watch it?
And again,
I don't know if he watched his own movie.
Do y'all realize Jungle Fever? I'm just remember that movie. Now, woman
I smoked the TV.
Hold on. The woman gets it bad. Wesley Snipes gets to go back home. He's cool. Old girl got her ass beat and she just assed out. It's my one thing about him, how he handles things. But hey,
School Days, how the lady was handled, not only in School Days but also in
Yuck.
She's Gotta Have It.
Yuck.
School Days, Do the Right Thing, Mo Better Blues, Jungle Fever. Let's see. Malcolm X came out in 92. Crooklyn came out in 94.
Mm-hmm.
Clockers.
Okay,
Girl 6, in which she got treated horribly. Get on the Bus, Four
He
Little
Got
Girls.
Game is
He
another
Got
one.
Game, where she got treated horribly. Summer of Sam, and then Bamboozled.
I like He Got Game, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
I love He Got Game, but
I didn't say these movies weren't good, but I'm talking about his hypocrisy. I just watched this movie and laughing like.
Does he? All right. So when you look at a Spike movie, do you see any coonish behavior in this movie?
Depends on what you describe as coonish.
And there you go. That's what I'm saying. He's figuring
because he is describing anything that's not respectable as coonish. And what I'm saying is, it be people who act like that who not coons. Like, it seems like Spike is just a nigga from New York that don't know nobody from like other parts of the country.
I'm sure he does. I just see.
Yeah. My family's from Virginia. You from Virginia? Right. It's some country black folks in Virginia.
Yes.
It's not looking. It's nothing to look down. That's how Southern older like black people from different. That's you go to church. They wear the outfits. They got the hairstyles. They over exaggerate things. Like that's just what it is.
Like, you know what it felt like? I guess we're going back to like certain movies and stuff where he may, let's say he got to do something, travel down to Mississippi or Virginia. Let's just say Virginia or North Carolina, somewhere around that area. He sees people like, oh, let's say he go out Sunday, he see people going to church. Oh, that's what they wear to church. Oh, that's what. Okay, I got that. I'm gonna put that on film because this is what I saw. But it's just like not that. I don't mean it's not that. You know what I mean? It's not that.
Yeah.
It's different because most of the time from people from Virginia, we always get it bad because I've always heard, oh, y'all ain't really the South. So we was always a conflict. Well, how do we act? So we just figured our own stuff out. Take a little bit from New York, take a little bit from deep down South, and we just do our own thing.
Like, does he think the people who were watching The Living Color were like coons?
No.
And he's just like, oh, no, you like The Living Color? Like,
I mean, you know what? Who knows? Who knows? That's a good question. See that, and I think that's one thing about directors and really super smart directors. Sometimes, and this ain't that Spike. This is just director to directors. You can be too smart. You know what I mean? Like you could just be so smart where sometimes it's not good. It's only hurtful to you. Because I just recently was reading an article with Christopher Nolan. He was like, yeah, fuck that. Like I like Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. That's one of my favorite movies. But you would never think he would say some shit like that, right? Right. But it's just like he's not looking down on somebody else that does what he does.
When I used to be a critic, when I was writing reviews, and then when I started doing them on the podcast with Derek, one of the things I would always say in the written reviews and on the podcast is true equality is not when we can make Malcolm X or not when we make Sinners. That's not true equality because exceptionalism has always existed for black people. For 400 years, if you were an exceptional Negro, you could get somewhere in this country if you were exceptional. True equality is when we can make shit and it comes out. Like, that is true equality. And I say that to relate to this is that there's bottom of the barrel, lowest common denominator content for everyone on TV. Like, right. Like what's the Honey Boo Boo bitch? I mean, sorry, woman, girl. Wait, what? Like what? Like there's.
That's gonna take me out on this the Honey Boo Boo bitch.
Like there's that stuff for everyone on TV, right? And then there's people who enjoy or watch the silly shit for all the dumb shit because storage wars and all types of nonsense, like, right, that people watch because the idiot box part was good. One thing, or because sometimes people just want to see some shit, right? Like they
don't want to think. They don't want to think. They just want to watch some shit.
They got like the housewives stuff, right? And then there's like levels of reality TV. You got like Bravo, which is probably the highest level of reality TV, if you're going to put it there. Then you have like VH1, which is like Love and Basketball and all that shit, right? Love and Hip Hop. Not Love and Basketball. Basketball Wives, Hip Hop, Love and Hip Hop. And then you have like these other things, right? You have like the Baddies of Miami, which is like on some streaming network or whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
And they just be scrapping. I saw a clip of like an audition, and it's like 10,000 people there, women there, and they bring the women in, and then there's the women from the show standing up there, and they put the 4 of the women there, and they tell them to do some crazy shit. So they start stripping or twerking, and then they're like, "You two fight," and then they take their glasses off and they just start scrapping. And it's thousands and thousands of people who watch that, and that's not for me. But I look at it and be like, yes, people want to see some people fighting. And guess what? If I walk outside, if I go down in the city and I see 2 people scrapping across the street, I'm probably going to look. I'm probably going to watch because everyone's like people are attracted to that shit. And while I understand the mentality that Spike is saying is that it comes from the top and that we shouldn't do that from decision-making purposes, if that was what the movie was about, I think he missed the mark. Because how I took the movie was he was not directing his ire at the decision makers. He was directing his ire at the viewers, at the people. And he was looking down on the people for enjoying what they enjoy. And I just found that to be incredibly like fucked up. Sorry for my rant, but that was how I felt about it.
No, that's perfect.
But you know what? He did Black Klansman 18 years later. Much better. Much better.
But Black Klansman, it's an actual story. Like it's a true story.
It is a true story. Yes, that's true. So he has something to go from.
Yeah. This is just, hey, I'm mad about this. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take it anymore.
And I'm going to let y'all know I'm mad, and I'm going to put, like I said, I'm just everything I'm mad about. I'm putting it out in whatever he started, or 1999.
I had to learn. I used to be that way. I'm not that way anymore. I used to be that way. I still hate those shit. I still think Power's a terrible TV show. I still think Tommy's the worst actor I've ever seen on television. But I understand that people like Power.
Love and Hip Hop was my red button right there, boy. Like, you watching that shit? Like, seriously? Okay.
I still call it Ratchet TV, but I get it.
Yeah, I get it. I let it go. And I've understand now as an older man that, you know, some people just need some dumb shit to watch sometime. Because if I really go hard on that, like, I watch wrestling. So
I totally understand how Spike could be that way, particularly in 2000. Just to be clear,
yeah,
I understand how he could be that way. I'm saying if people are watching the movie now and they're still like, "Oh, look how revolutionary this is," I'm like, I don't see it as that. I just see it as him looking down on people and highlighting something that's obviously an issue. But he went away from that. Like that was like the beginning of the movie. Was him highlighting that as an issue. And then the rest of the movie was like, look at these motherfuckers who watch this shit. Because he kept highlighting the crowd. And the crowd, every episode was getting dramatically more fucked up and problematic and ridiculous as the movie went on. To the end of the movie where the dude that went, the pre-show dude is out there interviewing the people. And everyone's in blackface. Black people, Hispanic people, white people, they're all in blackface. And he goes, it's like Larry David made a joke of this. Like Larry David made a critique of this in the episode with Crazy Eyes Killer. And he goes to Crazy Eyes Killer, and Crazy Eyes is supposed to be, and he's like making a critique of how people view these things. And Crazy Eyes like, "Are you my nigga?" And then Larry doesn't want to say it. And he's like, say it. He's like, say it. He's like, I don't know if I want to say it. He's like, just say it. It's all right, you cool with me. I'm giving you the pass. You can say it around me. He's like, I'm your nigga. And he says it really quiet like that. He goes, I'm your nigga. And he's like, we cool, they lie. And he's making fun of that, right? And so, like, I get that part of, like, comedy. But, like, at the end of the show, it was the crowd. Like, the people watching the show, he was saying, people like this show so much that they won a fucking Emmy, right? Like he is focusing because the executives can't make a show win an Emmy. It's the people and the critics and everybody outside watching the show that can make it as popular enough to win an Emmy. His critique turned on the people to the point that at the end of the show, he's got old white women talking about, I'm the real nigga. You know how I'm a real. I'm what do you say? I'm Sicily. I'm the OG nigga.
I'm Sicilian. I'm more nigger than any of y'all. Like we're darker than you. We're bigger than you.
Like he was.
But
He
that's
turned
the
his eye on the
progression.
people.
But that's the progression. That's what I was saying. At the end, everybody had bought in, and the white folks were already there. That's what I was saying. Like he showed how everybody looks forward to a minstrel show.
Yeah, except my point is that they don't. That they don't. Like, and at that time, I don't think they did. I think they did at one point in the 60s and 70s. But like, I don't think, can you, like, what is a popular show? Whether it's popular with us or anyone, what was a popular show that was literally like a tap dancing Negro show? Not literally, but just even figuratively. What was a very popular show that was a tap dancing nigga show? I can't think of one.
Yeah, I can't think of one. No, any of those.
But because what I'm saying is, I think Spike thinks the popular shows that we like, he thinks are tap dancing nigga shows, is what I'm trying to say.
I'm not gonna say it was a tap dancing.
He did call out, like while you're asking this question, when the white people sat down in the at the writers' room and talked about what they remembered watching when they were in Iowa. I'd never say that word right. Fuck it. But they mentioned Kid Dynamite.
Yeah, I was about to say Good Times, JJ.
Good Times.
They mentioned Wheezy. They mentioned shit. Like they said, like I said, there was no nuance. If you
but do you think Good Times is a minstrel show? I don't think Good Times is a minstrel show.
Yes, I do. And that's exactly why James got written off the fucking show, because Kid Dynamite turned into Urkel and it turned into a fucking minstrel show.
They didn't like JJ's character.
He didn't like JJ's character. The white folks who wrote the show loved it.
You know who else liked JJ's character?
I literally, when I was working at the DMV, he came in to renew his license, and I sat down and talked with old boy. I sat down and talked to Mr. Amos for a good 30 minutes about Good Times. And he told me straight out, look, when it was me and my wife and Michael wanted to be a judge and the other one wanted to be this, it was all good. But then it slowly started focusing more and more on this guy because he came up with this catchphrase. And so they started having him get into these wacky adventures that got away from what the show was actually about. And that's when it became coonery.
Yeah, but my question would be, why would that, like, were there not tons of black people in the 70s who act just like JJ? Yes, there were. There were tons of black people, regular black people walking around who dressed like that, who were jive talking.
There's tons of people who sell drugs. Do you want to have a whole show about nothing but niggas selling drugs? No, you just said you hated power.
Look,
I don't like power. I'm saying if you want to tell a story about some drug dealers that exist.
Let me tell you where you're wrong with the JJ thing, because ain't no way last scene of the episode, we broke everybody, Dynamite. No, that shit is, nobody acts like that. Nobody. Right. It was just dumb shit that he would do at wrong times. I'm like, huh?
What? I just gotta say, can I say Dynamite right here? Can I say Dynamite?
Until in the mid-seasons, somebody said, you know what? It's time for JJ to grow up.
Mm-hmm. And you know why he had to grow up? Because they killed off the one mature black man in the entire fucking show.
So he had to be the man of the house.
And he did grow up.
Oh, buddy.
A little bit.
A couple of seasons.
So I understand. Honestly, since we're talking about it, I always thought Urkel was that same fucking way. I never liked Family Matters when Urkel became the center point of it. I felt like he was a tap dancer.
But why? Because he's a nerdy black dude?
No, because it was just the misadventures and the did I do that? And anybody who uses their catchphrase in every single episode and they make sure that they fit it in there, I can't fuck with. So we were talking about Hollywood Shuffle earlier. That nigga who batty. It's that same thing. That's what Robert Townsend was talking about. That's what Spike Lee was talking about. It's niggas like Urkel with the catchphrases. It's niggas who are literally mugging for the camera, because more than the kid Dynamite, it was him mugging for the camera. It's a whole thing for me. And that maybe that's why I didn't like 70s shows, because I felt like it was a whole lot of mugging and moments.
You don't like 70s shows. Come on now. You don't like Sanford and Son?
That's probably the one I like the most.
Yeah, but it's Fred saying Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you. Is that tap dancing? No, it's just comedy.
Yeah, that's funny.
No, but it's also, again, different styles of nuance. It wasn't like Fred came in and fucking kicked over a lantern and burned down the barn and then turned to the camera and said,
But not to give Urkel any, shine or whatever, but I get it. Because, I get it. Because remember now, they needed a show to really push TJ, was Thank God It's Friday. Right? So it was Full House and that. Full House and that were the anchors. And I get it. You leaned on Urkel. So we gotta make this episode or the next season really Urkel, heavy.
Yeah. But they didn't need to make that little girl go upstairs and never come back down.
Yeah, that was something. I'll just leave it at that.
I would bet any amount of money that Spike Lee liked Family.
You like what?
I would bet any amount of money he enjoyed Family Matters. Any amount of money.
I don't know. It's just one of those
middle class, black family, cop, dad, wife and dad together, nuclear family.
Again.
Taking in this little smart kid, lives across the street.
You have that, right? That's the basis of the show. There's that family, right? But it turned into the Urkel show. And they became the side characters.
But why did it turn into the Urkel show?
Because he had and he was popular because why? Because skinning and grinning. I think that's what Spike Lee was saying.
See, but I don't think he was skinning and grinning.
Yeah,
he's just a character. See, that's what I'm saying. We let other people do characters. The Fonz, like white shows have ridiculous characters in their history. It's okay.
Three's Company. Jack Tripper was always clumsy.
Look, so here's the thing. Yes, they did. They did definitely. But those are white folks. I'm talking about black folks, because that's what Spike Lee is looking at.
And I'm saying black people are allowed to be ridiculous. That doesn't make it tap dancing. You can be a ridiculous, over-the-top character separate from tap dancing. We are making those things one and the same, is what I'm saying. We're making that one and the same. And to me, that's not one and the same. There are times where people are tap dancing on TV who are absolutely being a stereotype, right? What you talking about, Willis? Like, what you talking about?
Yes.
Hold on, wait a minute there.
Yes.
That one is more of one to me than these other ones. Urkel, first of all, Urkel, there was no archetype like that ever in television. When have you ever seen the super nerdy, dork black kid be the focal of anything on television? Like, that was a first. I don't think he was just an over-the-top character. But it's like, if you're an over-the-top black character, people feel like you then move into this phrase. And I'm just like, people like over-the-top characters generally on all TV shows from all races. People gravitate to over-the-top. The most popular character on Seinfeld was Kramer. He was a ridiculous over-the-top character. That's why people gravitated to him, because he was a ridiculous over-the-top character. It's like that on every show, any sitcom in history, which is why they always have them. Even Blackish, who was the most popular character? Dion Cole, one of the most popular characters. He was the most over-top character on that show, because that's what happens on sitcoms often. So I just find that to be like weird that we look down on those characters when that's the history of sitcoms, no matter what the race. It's just a formula.
They can be the formula. It doesn't have to sit well with everybody. And when you have a platform like Spike Lee and it doesn't sit well with you and you can shake your fist at the cloud, you're going to put out a movie that's going to mention this doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah, I get that. I'm not denying he can't do that. I'm saying I think it's fucked up that it doesn't sit well with him because I think he's looking down on people. These are people. Like people are people. I find that we're trying to make people this. We all keep saying we don't want to put people in the box. I'm speaking about black people. We always say we don't want to put black people in the box. Black people are not a monolith, except we want to make a monolith. We don't want drug dealers. We don't want anything with negative connotation. It's got to be neutral or positive. All the characters got to be neutral or positive. We got too many because they had so many shows in the projects before. We can't have shows in the projects. They got to be middle class or upper middle class, and you're just creating this box. And what I'm saying is the judgment of how we judge these things should not be the content, like the surroundings of the show. It should be how well the show is written, how well the characters are written, how they're developed, the plot of the show. If you tell a good story in the hood in a crime show, and you tell a good story of the Huxtable family, or you tell a good story of just a regular dude who works at the grocery store and his wife, it's a good story. All of those can be good stories. It doesn't matter that one of them is less respectable than the other, generally, is what I'm saying. And so I agree with you that he was doing exactly what you said. I'm saying I find that thought process problematic. And I think if we're talking about this in hindsight, which we are, at the time, I could understand how someone in 2000 would think like that. Because I feel like if you were woke in 2000, that is what 2000 woke was. It was, look at y'all niggas. You don't, Spike Lee probably get mad at motherfuckers you don't wear a suit properly. Where's your tie buckled up right?
Whoa. Let's not talk about Spike Lee in suits. Because, come on. Yeah, let's not do that.
He don't wear suits.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I bet you if somebody came to interview for a job with him, he expect that motherfucker to be in a suit. Is what I'm saying. Because that was 2000 woke. So I'm not judging him at the time. I'm judging it in today's eyes. If someone looks back at it and was like, yeah, look, Spike Lee was so profound. Look what Spike Lee was saying. He was so profound. And I'm like, no, he wasn't profound. He was just saying, like, I don't like a lot of you niggas.
I don't want to say he's not profound because clearly he's in that movie, he is a profound director. Yeah. It's hard for us to say what he was thinking and what his vision was for 2000. Cause like it's 2026 now. We're going to remember some stuff and we're going to forget some stuff. But I think it would have been, it would have been great if we could have watched the director's cut, like when he talk about stuff. So just to get an idea of maybe what he was thinking. I wonder if there is one out where he's talking about the movie as it plays, because that would be fantastic just to listen.
Does he talk about this movie much?
I've never heard him reference this movie.
Never heard him talk about Bamboozled.
It's like he said it and then he just was like, I said what I said.
I say what I said. Yeah, I say what I said.
And that's that.
Okay. I think the key, which is what we're starting to get to now, and where I agree, is that in the past there were the reason why the Cosby Show was so popular is because you'd never seen that depiction of black people on TV before. And so when every depiction is the same, it then becomes stereotypical and problematic. What I'm speaking about in today's time and in today is you can do whatever you want on TV. Because although we're not equal where we should be, there's far more opportunity for black stories to be told, whether it's through movies or TV shows, streaming, what have you, where you can tell different stories. So if I lined up all the black TV shows for the last 5 years, it would be across the board different stuff. It'd be drug shows. You have P-Valley. You got, what was the show on FX with the trans women? That I like Pose. You got Pose. You got this. You got Blackish. You got all types of shows. You got Reasonable Doubt. Like there's just all across the board. Lawyers, doctors, trans. Like there's a ton of different depictions of black people now. So if you want to tell your story, tell your story, because you can't say that the media only portrays us in one way, because we are portrayed differently now. Back then, I can kind of get that, but it didn't seem like he was saying that. He was saying like, why y'all like this shit? And I'm like, they like the shit because they like the shit. That's why they like it. That's why they like it.
I mean, it's no Spike is doing no different than what Bill was doing when certain comedians were coming.
Exactly.
He's doing no different than what Bill was doing.
I'm glad that's a perfect example.
You shouldn't be cussing. You shouldn't be, it's no different than what he was doing. Do I got any pushback? No, that's the way he feels. He's an older man. He's talking about what he feels. I get it. I really do get it. But I just think now, like you say, 2026 is so many different avenues that creators can go.
Yeah, but
right?
I mean, in 2000, Spike Lee was 39 years old. He wasn't even like an old geezer. He was a year older than me.
But he's of that age of being grouchy, not liking certain things. Don't like a lot of noise.
That's the phrase for it. He was grouchy. He was persnickety at that point in his life.
And there's no problem with being that way. Like, that's the way you are. It's cool. But, you got to realize sometimes, like with you, Brandon, you watch this movie now with 2026 eyes and you just like, okay.
I enjoyed the movie. Don't get me wrong.
I know you enjoyed it, but they said was,
I just don't.
It didn't blow you away. He didn't say nothing groundbreaking, or, you know what I mean? You seen this story before from different people and you said better, better.
I find Do the Right Thing to be far more of like a groundbreaking movie than this. Like, far more.
I mean, that won't. Yeah, it's Do the Right Thing.
Mean,
like, you know what I mean?
It's the classic, exactly.
Yeah, it's Do the Right Thing. You ain't going, like, you know what I mean? He peaked so high in his career with that, so it's kind of like.
Well, I mean, Malcolm X was telling a specific story, but Malcolm X was like an all-time great movie. It's like an all-time.
Well, you gotta keep in mind, a lot of Spike Lee's best movies were literally him talking about somebody, like a history. Or
what did he do after this?
History.
What did he do after this? So he did his next movie after this was so he did Bamboozled.
Probably.
And then
like Chirac.
He did a TV movie about Huey Newton. Oh my God,
don't talk about that movie. Why would you do that?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
look, see, Rashani's right. He did a TV movie about Huey Newton, and then right after that, he did a TV movie about Jim Brown.
Mm-hmm.
His next movie was 25th Hour, and then She Hate Me,
which was a horrible movie.
But you know what? I love that movie. I don't know why. Granted, I know what type of movies, but it's just something about it I just love.
Is that? Hold on. That was Anthony Mackie. Holy shit.
Anthony Mackie out here just getting women pregnant.
And then his next movie after that was Inside Man, which was fun.
Denzel, yeah.
Love Inside Man. And then his next movie after that was Miracle at St. Anna. Great
movie. Again, historical though.
Historical. Then his next movie after that was Passing Strange, which I had never seen.
Never heard of it. And then after that was The Five Bloods.
No, he did a Kobe TV movie. No, his next movie was Red Hook Summer after that. And then Bad 20. Oh, that was the Michael Jackson thing. Old Boy, which I've never seen.
Watch the original.
Watch the original, not the
Sweet Blood of Jesus.
The fuck?
Yes, Sweet Blood of Jesus. He did some, like, his next major movie, Chirac, I guess. After that was Chirac, 2015. And then
never happened.
Then Passover, Black Klansman. And She's Gotta Have It. That was a TV show. Oh, he did that. I didn't know he did that. I didn't know he did the She Gotta Have It TV show. That's interesting. A whole TV show about a woman. Spike Lee did that? I should ask. Is it good?
No.
Oh, it's not.
No, you should not watch it. The answer is just no.
Did y'all see Highs to Lowest? I didn't watch Highs to Lowest.
I ain't watching yet either.
The fuck is Highs to Lowest?
I heard it was mid.
That was his most recent movie with Denzel. It was on Netflix. Oh no, it was on Apple. It was on Apple TV.
That's probably why it's a no. And it's still a no for me, Bob. Just no.
Denzel Washington, Jeffrey Wright, Rick Fox.
Just know that I know that the answer is no.
Ice Spice is in the movie.
No, Brandon. I already said no. Do you want to be grounded? Because this is how people get grounded.
I'm trying to get you in on the movie.
You said Ice Spice was getting him in? Stop it.
I mean, who knows? I'm glad you picked this movie though, because I had never heard of it. And I think this is a movie that I should have watched as a movie fan. So I'm glad you picked it.
And I'm glad you came to that. I'm glad you said that. Because I was really worried. You be worrying me sometimes with the movies you haven't seen.
Yeah, I had never seen this movie. Apparently, a lot of people had never seen this movie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, like nobody has seen this movie.
I wonder how they marketed this movie. Did they put out blackface commercials
buddy,
on TV?
No, okay. When you want, I remember because I was always like, what is this movie supposed to be about? So it was very jarring, I guess is the word, because you couldn't figure out what the movie was about. Let me see if the actual original trailer on YouTube.
Because I was about to say, there's no way they was just showing blackface people on TV for commercials in 1999, 2000. There's no way. The movie cost $10 million. It made $2.5 million.
Sounds about right. He didn't care. He probably paid for it out of his own pocket.
Yeah, this was a pet project.
Yeah, something I just wanted to get off. I've been thinking about some shit. Let me get this off my chest.
I do appreciate the material that he was trying to cover. But I guess maybe I'm jaded because if I compare this to American Fiction, it's like, what am I watching? It's like, what am I watching? American Fiction was so fantastic. That's kind of hard to compare. By the way, American Fiction had a budget of also $10 million. 23 years later, had the same budget, but this movie made $21 million.
I don't know the trailers because they say it's trailer number 1, but I don't remember this trailer being this way.
All right, Jeff, you got anything else about this movie?
No.
So what are we doing next, Jeff? What are we doing next?
Oh man, I don't even know what to do. So we've been talking about Spike. I feel like we should do another Spike movie, but you know what? We ain't gonna do that. We are gonna do Interview with a Vampire.
No comment. Derek, usually have comments.
About what?
You didn't hear the movie he picked?
No, I'm sorry. I was on the phone with my wife.
Oh, Interview with a Vampire.
Why?
Because it's on your fucking list. That's why it's on the list.
That's why I got my own list. That's why I got my own list.
Now, if you want me to stop looking at that list, just let me know.
No.
Yes. Make your own list.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I needed to know.
So now that you know that you're not beholden to that list, are you sure?
Oh no. I have a movie for y'all by the end of the night. I'll just
okay, that works out better because I mean, I don't know what headspace I was in when I put Interview with a Vampire on that list.
What's wrong? You don't like Interview with a Vampire?
You know what movie I did watch?
I never seen that movie. I hate vampire movies. The only vampire movies I've ever seen in my life is Dracula, because I took a bunch of like historical movie classes in college where I watched all these old movies from the 20s and 30s and 40s and stuff. And obviously Vampire in Brooklyn, because of course I'm black. But outside of that, those are the only vampire movies I've ever. Oh, and Blackula, because I love blaxploitation movies. I've seen Blackula, which is
so. Today, I sat down after watching Bamboozled yesterday or day before or whatever, and I was like, I need to watch something that is going to make me happy. And I didn't. But I did watch something that made me realize that some of my favorite Denzel Washington movies are some of his most underrated films ever. Because Fallen and Virtuosity are two of my favorite Denzel Washington movies of all time. And Heart Condition.
Jesus, I hate that fucking movie. I loathe Heart Condition.
I've seen the first two, Virtuosity and Fallen. I've never seen Heart Condition.
Please don't watch it. Don't.
Spike Lee would have been mad at Spike Lee would have been mad at Heart Condition. Let's just put it like that. But
yeah, absolutely.
I liked Heart Condition. But okay, we will find out what the movie is for next week. And y'all will just have to be surprised because the damn sure ain't gonna be Interview with a Vampire.
Man, we would have had fun.
Shit, I'm shocked.
What is that movie? What is that movie? Who's in there?
It's Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt,
and Christian Slater,
and Mary Jane,
Kirsten Dunst.
When she was a little kid.
I was about to say 1994. She must have been young. Thandi Newton's in that too.
Yeah, we was gonna be having some good fun.
No, we wasn't.
We were.
No. No, it's okay. It's okay. We don't ever need. I'm going into my list right now, and I'm removing that.
I'm going to totally ignore the list. Hey, how would y'all like? Would y'all like to do Point Break?
You know, I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, I've seen Point Break. That should be fun. Hold on. What year did that come out? 91. Okay, that's fine. Gary Busey's my guy, bro. I love me some Gary Busey movies.
Let's do Point Break. I want to.
That's my guy.
Bizarro Nick Nolte.
Man, Gary Busey, a beast.
Bizarro Nick Nolte. Jesus, that might be the one right there. Not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like every time I look at that motherfucker, all I see is Nick Nolte, if heroin. No, if meth. Let's be honest. Like, if meth. I'm gonna tell y'all straight out, just so you can plan your days around it. When we get back around to me, my next movie is Any Given Sunday.
Jesus.
Oh, that'll be
just wrap your mind around it. I just want y'all to prepare yourselves for that accordingly. Because my name is Willie Beeman.
Man, look, last time I watched that movie, all I know the star of the show is Jim Brown. Because that motherfucker,
I don't get
bad.
strokes. I give them.
We got a third string quarterback who ain't gonna do shit.
Oh man. So yeah, when it comes back around to me, just know that that's it.
Well, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing because the coin.
Oh my God, you and that coin.
What we're doing.
That stupid theme.
The coin. Hey man, every show's got to have a gimmick.
Oh, by the way, Point Break is on Tubi, YouTube, and Hulu.
All right. Where the fuck is Interview with a Vampire at on this goddamn list?
All the way to the bottom. Go down.
That's where it deserves to be. Okay.
That's a great movie.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Yeah, all right.
Hold on. When's the last time you watched Point Break?
I've never seen it.
I'm getting mad at Jeff because every week, every time Jeff pick a movie, Jeff be like, "Oh, I just watched this movie like 2 months ago. Or I just watched this movie like 3 months ago." I want Jeff to pick a movie he ain't watched in a while that we can get and watch.
I'm still going down this list.
Point Break, I ain't watched him maybe like since last year sometime.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
That is on the
last
list.
year. I gotta be like you. I gotta make my list.
No, Point Break is fine. I'm just teasing you. I'm saying every time you pick a movie, it's like I'll watch this within like the last year. I watched this movie recently. And it's supposed to be hindsight. You're supposed to be like, oh, I ain't seen this movie in 10 years. what I think about it now and in my 40s.
Shit, if I do that, then I'll be watching like shit like The Toy, and I don't want to do that.
Oh, you know what? You know what? So, Jeff,
Yeah.
the grouping that Interview with a Vampire is in.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, Interview with a Vampire, we used to do Hindsight in monthly groupings.
Yeah.
It's in the grouping with Miami Connection and Three Ninjas Kick Back and Surf Ninjas. It's literally horrible movies.
But Interview, why would you have that movie in horrible?
Because it's Interview with a Vampire?
I can tell you Three Ninjas is not on my horrible movie list.
But Three Ninjas Kick Back should be.
Oh, Three Ninjas Kick Back.
You know what? I'm not even gonna fight this. I ain't gonna fight it. If you say it's bad, who am I to say you wrong?
Exactly. Don't make me go Spike Lee all over everything. Let me tell you something. But the TV show was good. We can say that.
Yeah, the TV
with the
show.
black lead.
The little bit I've seen of it, and I need to get back into it. Yeah, it's pretty good.
But as far as Hindsight goes, delete. What list? I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
I'm gonna make my own little list here. I gotta go, but
That's what
Brandon
I like
said
to
it gives 10 years later. 10 years ago. All right.
Don't listen to Brandon.
Pick something you ain't. Next movie, Jeff. You pick something you haven't seen in at least 10 years or you never seen before that you like, damn, I can't believe I never seen this before.
Oh shit! This is that movie I sent y'all when we first started, Big Shots. I ain't seen that movie fucking since I was a kid.
The fuck is Big Shots?
Man, the two little dudes, the white dude and the black dude. I think the black dude is Eddie Winslow too. And like they just fucking around.
So should Don King Made in America be on my good movies list or bad movies list?
Man,
thank y'all so much for listening. We greatly do appreciate it. Y'all be good. We're gonna haunt you later.
Jesus.